Alright guys, alright here and welcome to another unboxing. This is a day late. Logistics is a big thing to handle. So this is my first ScaleTrains model. I'll just move a couple other things out of here real quick. I did go ahead, in case you haven't seen my post, I know that the new channel is still relatively new. So this is my first ScaleTrains unit. Shout out to whoever the ScaleTrains PR person is. Hopefully y'all are doing a good job staying warm and everything during this horrible February. I just got done doing an off-screen unboxing that's kind of track rehabilitation stuff. So yeah, that's why I have a knife ready already. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the world's cutest tractor. I already unboxed it. Oh my lord. RD Tech. If you want HO scale farming equipment, it's mostly like Claas, Lexion. I got a Ford tractor for 2-furrow plow. There's a Mercedes-Benz MB track. For those who are into agriculture, you probably know what those are. But anyways, we're going to get this unboxed. I know what it is, so it's going to be a summarized review as well. So I did order this DCC and sound. And that means I have to also plug in track power. I'll go do that real quick before we get too much further, and I'll also remove the packing information real quick. Okay. So, kind of forgot about the packing information, so let's go there. And first up, treats. Thanks, ScaleTrains. These will go really nice on my forklift. So I'm recording this pre-work. So, and, oh my lord, this is heavy. Get the cord get out of the way. Check that out. ScaleTrains, y'all knocked it out of the park with that box art. Jesus. Can this just be a display case on its own? So, an ES44AH, for those who are not familiar with CSX, or the ES44 family as a whole. I believe this is CSX's specific versions of the ES44. Other railroads such as BNSF, they have the C4, ACDC. There's export versions as well. But I think specifically the AH is CSX. Because like I said, the ES44 C4 is BNSF and a Florida Coastline, I think. So here's a product manual. I'm going to be taking this to work with me today for my brakes, just to kind of make sure that I'm all refined and everything with this engine. Remove the foam. And in the blister pack still, I went ahead and got the B&O unit. The B&O unit is my favorite of all the fleets, or of all the engines thus far. Gotta slide it out. It's still cold, so everything's still kind of sticking to each other. Come on. Can't imagine how cold it would have been up at 30,000 feet. Because I got this next day aired. So we got some, come on, show me the ends. Roller bearing caps. And now, we'll actually pop the engine proper out of its case. Come on, be nice. So I'm just going to do a general run by of what I already have, which is just 3 cars. Unless y'all don't mind a 18-car train with stuff from the 1900s to today, with an obvious gap around the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. So we'll move this part of the box out of the way. Move you out. One immobilizer came off. So where's the other one? Come on, there we go. Oh my lord, that is heavy. Jeez. Now let's get the foam out. So yeah, it's going to take me a minute to get the foam out of the engine real quick. That's because I'm really trying to take my time. Believe it or not, I'm intimidated by high detail models. Which is saying a lot because I'll just reach around the corner here real quick. I like working with high detail models. That ain't the only one, by the way. Come on, I get back in there. Thank you. I might need to poke a karate bit. So I won't take points for production errors because what's likely the case, in my opinion, for some of these quote-unquote errors, such as broken details and everything, is simply logistics. Anyone who works in and around semi-trailers, aircraft, and the like knows that there's a lot of bumps and bangs that happen. So stuff's obviously gonna get broke. And that piece just wanted to slide right on out. So from what I understand, this unit is part of the initial wave of CSX Heritage units. And that there are a further 3 more planned for 2027? 2028, something like that. I do not mind these Heritage units. Check that out. There's a reason why it's my favorite. That blue into the darker blue, in the right light, it just meshes. Sorry while I take it off screen for a moment. I'll get us down trackside after I have fun amusing over this. This is just an amazing model. Oh, and those are actual chains? Wow. Yep, definitely going to be getting ScaleTrains engines from it for a while. Hint, hint, I might have some SD40s pre-ordered. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to get this on the track and we'll do a summarized what you can get deal. Alright, I'm going to scoot this up here real quick just to be better for you guys. Pardon the mess in the background. So here's the engine. I know lighting's horrible, so hold on, I'm adjusting stuff. That's not what I want. I mean, focus works too. I was looking for the light. I don't know how YouTube will show this, so hold on a second. Okay, hopefully that does better. I changed out the pointer bit, so hopefully that's better. And Jesus, that's a gorgeous livery. So firstly, the reason why I chose the B&O is because it's my favorite. The livery's just easy on the eyes. Western Maryland sold out pretty quickly. I wasn't really after Western Maryland. Sorry, Western Maryland fans. In the B&O unit, if you know what to look for when you live on a second story just 60 feet from the railroad track structure, it's easy to pick this engine out. You got a line of switch. So, I'm not going to do a run by, except maybe I will, who knows. So very high detail. Those who know what to look for on these engines, you know what to go for. But me personally, floor layout, here's what I'm going to be looking for, okay? The paint, from what I've noticed, is really nice and crisp. On top of that, I do have a CSX model from a couple years ago, though it's a bit dusty and it's on an oak thing because I got it from the company store. But take a look at the cabin and take a look at the blue to the left. There's a world of difference. The this is a GP38 model, but the GP38 just looks like they tried to match it up with a generic dark blue. Whereas the, as I crush a 100-year-old date nail. Anyways, whereas that looks paint matched. Everything looks paint matched, which is amazing. Let's get the pointer thing out again. So handrails are nice and flexible, which I do like, especially for floor layout ops, which is kind of what I have going for me. Another thing that goes for it is I live right next to the railroad tracks, and I mean that as no exaggeration. I know some people will say they live right next to the railroad tracks and be within 1 or 2 blocks, or have a couple of acres between them. I live right on the railroad tracks. I look out my window and I see railroad tracks. So I got this kind of as a starter because I don't know what the fleet is going to look like for CSX into the future. I know I have ideas to get a YN2, YN3B, YN3A, YN3C. Technically, I call this YN3C, B, and O, but that's my custom classification. It'd be weird if CSX used my classification, but you know. So lights. Acknowledge. So there's light. That is a really nice, soft white. Let's see. Let's pull out the own the product thing because I haven't gone through the CVs yet. There's the truck immobilizers. Ooh, I can choose my horns. I'll have to listen to the prototype. I don't have a CNCP model. F8. Where's ditch lights? F5. Excuse. Hold on, I'm still getting used to this. So, okay, so 6. There they are. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of crap in the way, but I have to actually look at the model. So I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, the ditch light, the actual LEDs in this, that, or the other position. I don't really care. Just as long as it looks good, right? Headlight dimmer. Ooh. I can have it in the siding. That's cool. I do like, and I think this is a relatively new thing. I've noticed it on my Alco at RS3. But dimming seems to be common on most models now. The last ES44 that I owned way back, on the Battleship Orion channel, I think that video's still up. May or may not be. I'd have to go look. But I think it still just came on, or the dimming was still a relatively new high-end deal. Whereas dimming seems to be on most engines now. Alright, so let's crank her up. There's lights. Ooh. And I'm sorry, but there's just lights. I can see why you higher end people really love your lights. Alright, so... Come on. That's cool though. And they're flashing this light, so no. That's amazing. Like I said, this is a summary, and we're already exceeding the length of time I have. So I'm going to go ahead and get this forward and get her all hooked up. So the train is the mechanical reefer and the bulkhead flat car from the mystery box, which, by the way, there's at least 10 more of these cars coming. They could be the exact same. So and a 50-foot box car from my BNSF days, so... A bit jerky, but trying to get this in. That is amazing. And the rust-colored wheels, I don't know if I pointed that out already. But oh my word, ScaleTrains blew it out of the park. And ScaleTrains, feel free to confirm, was that an actual traction motor one that I heard? The switches. That can't be. That's actual traction motor noises. By the way, those switches are 18-inch. And it's navigating them like... You hear subtle cracking, but if it's from the switches, that's on me. I know that some people, oh, I went over a switch, gotta send it back because it's less than an hour since I got it. We know the types. Alright. Hooked up to the 2 cars, so I'm gonna pull forward, hook onto my BNSF hopper. Or not hopper, boxcar. I do have 22-inch radii curves, so this engine should be just fine on that. Don't you derail. And noting for future reference. Oh, quit your shortings. Line that switch, and I'm just gonna go ahead and boom. Alright, I'm gonna have fun with this real quick. So I'm gonna resume the video when I get around the track. It takes a good couple seconds, and we're already passing 20 minutes, so... And I really want to hear this engine before I break it in, so... Thank y'all for watching. I know this has been kind of all over the place, as my Dynamis controller loses connection. It's just a boxcar. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Really happy with my ScaleTrains model. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Really glad I chose it. Really glad that I got it when I did. So yeah, I'm gonna get this around the track and see you on the run by. Real quick though, 10 more cars, 2 more kits, 3 more trucks tomorrow in the mystery box. And that's at least a rough odd that I'm seeing, so I look forward to seeing that tomorrow. Alright, see y'all later.